So hi guys, I'm super excited to start today's video. We are going to learn to make all these things in this video. So let me just tell you what all material you require. First we require Fevicryl molded. We will be requiring approximately two smaller packets of these. These come in smaller packing, so we'll be needing these two packets, two portions of these. We will need some talcum powder or chalk powder. We will be needing a rolling pin or a thick marker pen with which you can roll. We will be needing a cutter, a scale, a toothpick, some scissors, some paper clips, some black hair clips like these, and we will be needing a pencil. So we will also be needing acrylic colors and brushes. So let us quickly get started to make all these lovely things today. So in today's project, we are going to learn how to make small pieces of knickknacks. So for that, these knickknacks will be attached to these black hair clips as well as the paper clips. Now take equal quantities of molded, the two parts of molded, that is the white and the brown part of the molded. Just take equal quantities and then mix it. It is very important that you take equal quantities of molded, because if the quantity of molded is different, it will not dry up into a homogeneous mixture. It may not dry up properly, or it may develop cracks. So it is very important that you mix it for about a minute or two and ensure that it is mixed into a homogeneous category. See the way I'm mixing it, keep mixing it for 1 or 2 minutes so that both the colors merge among it and become like this mixture like I'm showing you right now. Now I've rolled it and I've cut these small circles out of it. These circles are being cut with the help of the cap of a pen. So now I'm making a snowman. I've taken a little quantity and I'm making a little round and pressing it between my fingers like this. I'm putting it on a plastic sheet and giving it a desired ovalish kind of a shape, and I'm attaching this small circle which is going to be the head of the snowman to the lower portion. Now this has to be really thin, because if this is thicker, it is going to make your hair clip very heavy and it will become difficult to attach. Now we are going to make a pair of hair clips. So in the same manner, take another small circle which is going to become the body of the snowman. So just put it on the paper using a little powder. I'm going to press it down. So just keep it on a plastic sheet. Here I'm keeping it on a plastic sheet so that it doesn't stick to the base. That is very important. And I'm trying to make both of them equal so that they can look like a pair. Now I want to create a nose for the snowman for both of them. So just take very tiny quantity of clay like I'm taken and just give it this longish kind of a look. See the way I'm fixing it. In the same way you will fix it for the other snowman also. The more identical they are, the more pair it is going to look. Now if you don't want to create hair clips, you can also create paper clips with these. Now with the help of powder here, that is talcum powder, I'm just shaping their body so that it is a perfect oval. Okay, now what we are going to do is we are going to create the feet. So just take a circle, take your scissors and cut it into half. This cut portion or semicircular shape is going to be the feet. Now see. Because I want to fix the feet of the snowman in a 3D form, what is important is that we secure it with glue. If we don't secure it with some form of white glue or Fevicol, it may come off later. So I'm just putting a drop of Fevicol on the body of the snowman and I'm going to secure the feet using this white Fevicol. So just put it with the help of white Fevicol on the feet of the snowman like the way I'm doing it right now. This is going to give your snowman a 3D structure as well as a 3D look. When we do it, in the same manner, cut another circle and attach it to the other snowman. Now this is going to make both your snowmen identical and it is going to make the feet last longer. So now my first snowman is ready. To secure it further, I'm just putting Fevicol on the neck, and under the nose I'll just put Fevicol using a brush this way. See, this is to secure it, because see, if my this is not secured, it will not stick for a longer period of time. Now keeping it on a plastic sheet is also important because they are very thin. Okay. Now I have made the two snowmen. So now let us start making the flower. For making the flower, I need a base. You can take a small circular base like I have taken, or any small squarish kind of a base. And we are going to now make very tiny circles. Just cut 6 pieces of circles which are going to shape the 6 petals of the flower. So just cut 6 tiny pieces which are going to be the petals of the flower like I'm doing, and try to roll them. The more equal they are, the better it is going to be for the shape of the flower. Okay, so this way. Now I have made 6 circles. Just take it in between your hands like this, roll it, and give it this elongated kind of a pearl look this way. Okay, and then what we are going to do is we are going to first make them, and we are going to stick it using Fevicol because we want to secure them for a longer time. Okay, so just apply a very light coat of Fevicol with the brush on your circle or on your square base, and then stick each petal the way I'm doing right now. Just secure and stick it. Now you can see I have just bent it from the back to give it that 3D kind of a look when we stick it onto the clip. In the same way I have made the other one, a pearl kind of a longish pearl kind of a shape. In the same manner I'm going to make all of them and show you how we can do the flower in a 3D form. See. So I'm going to make it and keep sticking it this way. So now we are going to stick the next one. Now what you will do is we have to make the center part of the flower. Before that I am just lifting my flower like this because I want to shape it into a 3D form. So I'm taking powder and just pressing it, and now I'm going to take an empty cap of any kind of a container. You can take an empty cap, and so this empty lid is going to act as a base like that. Okay, and just place your flower and just twist the petals from the corner like that. Now I'm taking a very small quantity of clay in my hand, putting Fevicol in the center. I'm going to put this small circle in the center. Now see this way. And I'm just going to shape the petals from the side. See, whatever shaping you want to do, we have to do right now when the molded is wet. In the same way, I've made 2 of them to act as a pair for my clip. So now I'm going to do the donut. So I'm taking a little more quantity of clay in my hand than I had taken for the snowman. Roll it, put it onto the plastic sheet, and then with powder in your hand just press it from top. And you should be happy with the shape of the donut. And then take a pencil. With a pencil, normal ordinary pencil, make a small hole in the center and just keep increasing the hole. Okay, this way. It's not a very big hole, a tiny hole, and just shape it with the powder. Now in the same manner, I will make another donut and show you. See, take little quantity of clay, put it onto the plastic sheet, take some powder, press it down, get the desired circular shape for the donut, and then what you're going to do is take your pencil and just make a tiny circle in the center. Hold it and make a tiny circle in the center. This way. And you can just make it more circular using powder. Here it is talcum powder. You can even use chalk powder. So you should be happy with the circle in between, this way. In the same manner, you can make 3-4 donuts depending upon how many donuts you want to fix on your clip. So I've made 4 donuts here. So now we are going to learn how to make smaller rainbows. So we will have to take a little quantity of mold it in your hand, and when you take it in your hand, take a separate plastic sheet, okay, so other than this one, and just roll it with the help of powder into a thin rope. Now you start rolling it from one end and just keep rolling it with one finger or 2 fingers like the way I'm doing it right now. Now these rope kind of a thing should not be very thick, it should not be very thin. Okay, if it is equivalent width all across the rope, it is going to look more prettier when we are doing the rainbow. So this way, make a long rope. Okay, this way, the way I have done it. So now we need to know how long a rainbow we want. So just make a curve like that, the way I'm doing it. Take your scissors and cut it. When you know how much length you want, just cut it the way I'm doing it. And you open it. Don't keep it curved, okay? Put powder on it. Now we are going to stick 2 to 3 ropes of these, lines of these together. So just put very light Fevicol like I've done. Stick another one like that. And take a scissors. Cut the equal quantity here like that. Put a little powder to secure the shape of the ropes. Put very thin layer of Fevicol. Don't put too much because it's going to leak off. Then I'm going to stick another layer very nicely like this and just cut off the excess like that. Okay. Then very gently hold it, and then what you're going to do is pressing it from one end of your finger, just give it the shape of a rainbow like that. Just press it. Don't press it from top, otherwise the 3 lines that we've just made will again get pressed into a single one. Okay. Now let us make another one. Let the molded set a little so that we can do the perfect curve. Now in the same manner, I am just rolling it with one finger and I'm trying to get almost equivalent amount of thickness. Now see, I am doing it very quickly here. I am rolling it, and now we need to measure both of them. Okay, we need to measure so that the 2 rainbows are identical. So measure it like that. Cut the same amount using a scissors. Take a little bit of powder in your hand, secure the circle, put Fevicol as light as we had done for the first one. Stick it together. Okay, don't put it on top, you put it on the side like this, because if you press it from the top, the circular shape will go away. Again, put powder, put thin layer of Fevicol like the way I'm doing, and then stick the next one like that. Now stick all of them together. Now you can see that all 3 of them are equal and both the rainbow outlines are equal. Okay, just take it in between your fingers the way I'm doing and try to give it a circular kind of a shape. The same manners, using the same technique, give it to the other ones. Now when you stick it onto the clip, you want it to look very fine, okay? So what you're going to do is, I am just going to now take my scale and try to give them equal height from the bottom area. Okay, so once I'm happy with the circular shape, just take your scale and cut off the excess. You can cut it off using a scissors or a cutter like that. So just cut off the excess the way I'm cutting off. Be careful, don't press the scale from top, because if you press the scale from top, the circles will disappear. The circular lines, the ovals that we've made will disappear. So just cut off the extra like I'm doing. And once you're happy with the rainbow, just press it a little bit with the powder, smoothen it, because it is not going to get smoothened later on. Just smoothen it and then leave it for drying up properly. Okay. So I'm putting it on the same plastic sheet. And now we are going to take more amount of glue. So take this much quantity of clay I'm taking it. So now we are going to make a cookie man, cute two cookie mans for two different clips. So just press it into an oval. Now there is a difference between the body of the cookie man as well as the snowman that we created. In the cookie man, the 2 feet are separate. So I've just cut it using a scissors and I'm separating the feet like that. Okay, just give it the desired shape using your powder, because you can give desired shape till the time the molded dries up. So before it dries up, give the desired shape. So I am giving a little flattened shape to the feet of the cookie man. So I just cut the lower part into a flattened version, and I'm using the cutter here to remove the excessive amount of clay to give the cookie man a desired shape. Now we want to create a little head for the cookie man, but I want the head to be slightly bigger than the circles. So what I've done is that I have taken little more clay than the head of the snowman and little less clay than the head of the donut, and I am giving it a desired shape of the circle and securing it using Fevicol here. See, this way. Just attach the head of the cookie man to the body. So now we are going to make the two tiny hands for the cookie man. Just take small quantities and make a flattened drop shape like that. It is smaller than the petal of the flower that we just did. So just take small quantity and fix it onto the two ends like this. So now secure the hands of the cookie man here on one side and then on the other side. So now what you do is just flatten the body. You can flatten the body of the cookie man using powder. So in the same manner, I'm going to create an identical cookie man again. So this can also be attached not only to your clip but also to your pencil. You can even attach it to the paper clips. Okay. Just try to take an equal kind of a shape, similar kind of a shape for the other clay. Again, I'm using a scissors to cut the base, to give the shape to the feet, using the powder and my cutter and scissors. See, I'm trying to give a similar kind of a shape, so that if I'm putting it on two black clips, they look identical. The cookie man looks identical. See, just give it the proper kind of a shape in between your hands. Now I'm going to make the head of a cookie man. So I need to secure it using Fevicol, make a tiny circle almost the same size as that of the first cookie man. Now I have rolled it into a small circle and I'm going to attach it. Okay. Now be sure that there is no Fevicol on your plastic, because otherwise the cookie man will stick on the plastic and will not come out later. Now I'm going to make two small hands. The hands, if they are identical to each other, it is preferable. So just take equal quantities for the hands and just shape them into the tiny petal shape here. So see, I have shaped it into the tiny petal shape. And now I'm going to attach it to both the ends. I'm just taking the drop of Fevicol and I'm attaching to the body of the cookie man. Now put a little bit of powder. So now I have a lot of clay in my hand. I'm going to make a beautiful elephant pencil holder here. To make this beautiful elephant pencil holder, take a lot of clay in your hand. Now this is a big ball kind of quantity of the pencil holder that I have taken. Now I'm just shifting the cookie man that side, you know. You see, if the Fevicol is less also, it's going to come off. So just be careful. Now take this circle, okay? Just flatten it using your powder in your hand. Just press it the way I'm giving it this kind of a flattish, ovalish look like that. And I'm going to make a holder which is going to hold my pencil, okay, which you can attach to a magnet or you can attach to a wooden pen holder. So just make an oval, press it on the top so that it gets the desired shape. Now mold it. So now we are making the trunk. Now the trunk of the elephant is here going to hold the pencil. So make it flat on the top. It is going to be attached to the head. The other end should be a little thinner. So we are going to attach it like that, because this trunk is going to hold your pencil, okay? So see how I'm pressing it. It is important for you to press it. Now put the pencil in between your trunk like that. Okay, now it has to hold the pencil when it dries up also. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take two pens here and I'm going to put it on the two ends. Okay, so that when I remove the pencil from in between, you know, we can just remove the pencil. We are just giving the pencil here to give it the necessary shape. Now take two equal quantities of clay to give the ears of the elephant. Ideally, if you can take equal quantity, it is going to make your ears more symmetric. So now I'm going to press and give it a triangular kind of a shape like I'm doing right now. See this way, just give a triangular kind of a shape to the ears. We are going to give same shape to both of the ears using powder in my hand like I'm doing it. This way. Okay, just give a triangular kind of a shape using powder. So I'm just moving my pen so that I can fix the ears. We are going to attach both the elephant ears. Secure it using Fevicol, a drop of Fevicol here, not too much, not too less. Now attach it to both the sides. So now that you have attached the ears, to give a better look to your elephant ears, what I'm doing is I'm putting a drop of Fevicol on both the ears here and I'm going to attach these circles. Okay, I'm going to attach these two circles to each of the ears. So just put these circles in the center of each ear, like the way I'm doing right now. So just attach it. Now we have to make the two eyes. So put a drop of Fevicol in the eye position of the elephant, and we are going to make tiny ovals. So I'm just making tiny ovals, and I'm putting bigger eyes. Now the eyes are bigger here because I'm going to color it up with my acrylic paints later on to make the eyes look cuter. See. Now I'm just fixing the ears so that they are in absolutely correct position before I put the elephant for drying. So now easily refix it, give it the desired shape, and then we will just lift the plastic and keep it aside. So now we are starting to make the paper clips. I have just made one tiny mushroom clip. Okay. So I have again mixed a little bit of molded, and I'm taking this in my hand. Now I'm making the sun paper clip. So just take a little round, take powder, and just press the round. Okay, just press the round with the powder. Just press it into the desired shape of the circle. Okay, don't put it very thin. Don't make it very thin because we have to insert the clip like I'm doing right now. Just insert the clip, put it on the sheet, plastic sheet, and just press the powder like that. Okay, this way. Just press the powder. Now just give it the desired shape using your powder. This way. Now we will be making the rays of the sun. To make the rays of the sun, we are going to take small quantities of clay. Try to take equivalent quantities like I'm trying to take. And we are going to give them a drop kind of a shape. This way. Just give them drop kind of a shape. And just give the desired shape using the powder. Just make it more smoother using the powder. Now take your white glue and start fixing these drops on top of the sun. Okay, take it and fix it like that. This way. So just fix the ovals. So we are going to fix about 7-8 of these rays kind of a things for the sun. Just take small quantity and make it into a drop shape. This way. Okay, don't press it too much from the top because otherwise the circular shape of the sun will start getting spoiled. So this way I'm trying to make them as similar as possible, and I'm going to fix it to the paper clip. You can also make hair clips using the same pattern. For that you'll need two identical. So now we have taken a little bit quantity of molded and we are going to make an owl. Okay, so just take this. First, before we give the shape to the owl, just put the molded inside the clip. Just put it inside the clip and put powder on your sheet. Put it and just give it a desired shape. First, we are going to make it flattened, and then we press this from the side and to take out two spikes. See, press it and take out two spikes like this to make the two ears. See. Now put it onto the plastic sheet, press in it, soften it the way I'm doing it. See. And just pinch the two ears. See. Now we are going to put a small beak in the middle. Take this small triangle like that. Put a drop of Fevicol, not more. Okay, and now we will stick the beak. Yeah, this way. Okay. So now I'm going to let it dry. Just keep giving the shape properly, because once it dries, then we can't do much. So now we are making a new paper clip. We are going to make a fish. Now I'm taking a small rounded quantity. I'm going to insert my paper clip like this, and I'm going to give the shape of a fish to it. See, take out a triangular shape from one end. That is going to be the mouth of the fish. And in the same way, take out a triangular shape from the back. So it's going to just give a streamline kind of a body, okay, to the fish. Keep pressing it. It should be flattened from the end, from the base, and keep pressing it to get the desired shape. You can use as much powder as you want. And we are going to attach a tail. Just take small quantity of clay and give it a triangular kind of a shape, because this is going to be the tail of the fish, which we are going to secure using Fevicol. Just fix it. Just press it in and just fix it this way. So just put a little bit of cardboard, I'm putting it, to give it a kind of a tilted look to the tail. And I need to shape it, give it the desired shape you want to. I'm using a cutter here. You can use a pencil, you can use a scissors, any tool or anything that you have. Just give it a necessary shape. So now I'm taking a toothpick and I'm going to make the eye of the fish like that. So now I will give the desired shape on the body of the fish. So for that, what I'm doing is I'm taking a cap, any cap, to give this circular shape. And I'm going to give the scales of the fish also using this cap. You can take any circular cap of your pen or of any other bottle, Fevicol bottle that you have, to give the desired shape. See, this way. Now I forgot to give the impression to the owl, so I'm taking the owl. I'm just going to give an impression on the lower body. So for that, I'm using a cutter here. Okay, I'm using a cutter and I'm trying to give this impression to the lower body of the owl. So just give the desired impression. I'm giving this checked kind of an impression to the lower body, because this is going to give a very 3D feel when we paint it later on using acrylics. So put everything on the plastic for it to dry properly. So I'm just making the smile. I just made the smile. Now take more clay in your hand. So now the clip that I'm making, I'm just kind of give it a cap feel. So it's a cap clip that I'm making. So I'm just giving it a triangle, a tall triangle, and I'm attaching it to the paper clip. So just keep increasing the size of the triangle here using the powder, so that it becomes like a tall clip. And it is going to give a tall hat kind of a feeling to the clip. So most of the work in the hat we are going to cover in the painting, but I'm just going to give a slight impression to the cap using a cutter here. So see, I'm giving triangles, just slanting lines in this, just slanting lines in the cap, and put it on the plastic sheet to dry up. Okay. Now I'll be making my last paper clip. So I'm making kind of an ice cream cup here. So just take it, make a circular kind of a shape for the paper clip, and just attach it, and then we'll give the desired shape. So it is going to be like a flattened cup on the bottom, and it's going to have some area on the top where we will paint a sundae. So it's going to be a simple shape, but mostly the ice cream is going to come out using the colors. So I'm just marking the cup area in the bottom, and in the top part I'll leave it flat so that I can paint it into a beautiful ice cream sundae later on. So now leave them to dry. They need to be properly dried up before we can do anything further. So now all of these have completely dried up. You can see they are completely dried up and they are easily moving. I've just removed the pencil of the elephant, and the elephant trunk is also properly secure. Just take them off your plastic sheet here. So we are now going to do a base coat. Before we do the final pretty painting for all of them, there needs to be a base coat. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm taking my white chalk powder that we had made in the first session. Okay. And I'm going to give a base coat to both my snowman. I'm going to give a base coat of white on my snowman. I'm also going to cover the edges because being a 3D figure, the edges color will also be visible here. So just color it from all sides. Again, when you've painted it, put it on a plastic sheet so that it doesn't stick to the paper. So be very careful if you have more color in your design and it is on a paper, it might stick. Okay, so just put it on a base of a plastic sheet so that it doesn't stick to the base. So now what I'm doing it, I'm going to mix up a little bit of color. Here, what I'm doing is I'm taking dark blue, okay, and I'll mix white in this to make a very light kind of a blue color. Here, see, I'm making this lovely blue color. And this light blue color I'm going to apply to my elephant. I'll just increase the intensity of the shade also. I will make it a little darker as we go along. So here I have now made a little darkish shade for the blue. So I'm doing a thick coat. Just do a thick coat all over the body of the elephant, on the front side, on the ears, on the back, on the trunk. Cover the body of the elephant completely. So once this basic color of the elephant dries up, we are going to do a light shading on top of it, and our elephant pencil holder will be ready. So just do a thick coat. Don't apply too much of water like I'm doing. So here, once my elephant is ready, I am free to put it as a pencil holder. I can attach a magnet and put it. I can attach it to my wooden pencil holders that we'll be doing in future. So you can decide to do whatever use you want to. You can make other animals also using the same manner for making different kind of pencil holders. So I'm going to put it again on the plastic to dry up completely. So now I'm going to color my cookie man. So I'm going to make this light kind of a color. I'm taking a little bit of brown from my tube colors. You can use any brown acrylic color that you have with you. And I'm going to mix a little bit of white. Okay, make sure your brush has no brown when you take out your white. Just take out your white and mix it with the brown. So I'm going to get this lovely light brownish kind of a color, which is good for the cookie man. And I'm going to put it onto the cookie man. Okay. So I'm going to paint the cookie man from all sides. Just cover the edges also, because being a 3D figure, the edges will be visible when you stick it onto your clip or to your paper clips. So in the same manner, I'm doing the other cookie man also, securing the edges, completely filling up the edges. So here what I'm be doing is that I'll take a little bit more amount of brown here, because I want to do the donuts. Add more brown in it. This, see, the color which I'm doing for the donuts is just the base color of the donuts. Okay, it doesn't matter, you can decide to do any base color, because we are going to paint the icing on top. So I'm just doing a base color for the donuts here. Again, I'm placing it on the plastic sheet and I'll be coloring the donuts. This is just the base coat. We are going to paint the donuts using, giving it a feel of a cream as well as sprinklers on top. So just do any base color. You can decide to do brighter color also. I'm just doing a brownish base color for all my donuts here. So just because the donut has a hole also in the center, just make sure that you put the color inside also, like I've been doing. And once it dries up from the top, you can also do a coat on the bottom part, because it depends on the surface on which you want to stick your donuts. So the bottom and the side parts will be visible. So I'm going to give a base coat of white to my flowers here, because on top of that I can do any color. So I'm just giving a first fine base coat to my flowers, just covering the flowers, the base of the flowers, the petals, the curves completely, and then you can use any color. I'm going to use bright colors for my flowers later on, because I'm going to secure them and fix them onto my hair clips. So you can do it matching to the dresses that you want to wear, and you can match the colors there. So I also colored the rainbow, and see, all these colors have dried up completely here. So now here I'm going to start with the yellow. So just take a fine tip brush, probably a 000 brush. Take very little quantity and just color the nose of the snowman. I'm just coloring the nose of the snowman using this yellow color. But because it's a 3D figure, you just lift it in between your hands and you do it like the way I'm doing, so that it is colored from all sides, top, bottom, everywhere it is colored this way. Now that my nose is done, I'm going to take out a little bit of black color. So I have made this black chalk color. I'm just taking my thin tip brush, I'm taking out a little bit of chalk, well, a very little chalk color, hardly any water, and I'm going to make the eyes of the snowman. Just make tiny eyes for the snowman, and I'm going to make the eyes for the second snowman also, like that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do the edges of the feet, like I'm doing. Just do the edges of the feet. I'm just doing the edges using a thin tip brush. So once you're happy with the feet of the snowman, just take a drop and put it as the buttons. I'm just going to put them as the 3 buttons for the snowman. Do it the same way for the other snowman also. So I'm just giving a little light black line for the hair kind of a thing for the snowman, the way just along the edges. I'm going to do the same way for the other snowman also because I want them to be identical. So now I'm going to add a small muffler to the neck of the snowman to make it a more cuter look. So I'm taking this shade of red. It is a shade of red. You can do pink, red, whatever you want. No water in the brush. I'm just removing the water and just give this kind of a look. It is going to add a dash of contrast and it is going to make your snowman look prettier. Just add a scarf kind of a thing. You can, if you want, you can add a bow and everything, but I'm adding a simple scarf to the snowman. So now you can see that the snowman is ready. We are now going to paint the cute rainbows and we are going to start from the inner line. So we are going to do a bright red kind of a color in the inner line of the rainbow. Just be very careful to use a thin tip brush and also to do the inside edges so that when we secure this and put it onto a clip, it is very beautiful and pretty. You can use brighter colors in when you're doing the rainbow. It can be the colors of your choice. I'll be using 3 bright colors here. So here for the innermost line, I'm first doing the red. Okay. So once I'm satisfied with the red color that I'm done inside, I am taking yellow. I'm doing this yellow when the red is a little dried up. Okay. So just take yellow. I'm again taking the thin tip brush and I'm going to do a yellow in the middle line. Just be careful that you do it carefully depending upon how you've molded your rainbow. Just do the yellow color. If you have shades of metallic, you can even decide to do the 3 colors of the rainbow in metallic shades. So here I'm doing it from the edges also because it is going to be visible when we put the clip, whether we put it on the hair clip or we put it on the paper clip. So just also try to cover your edges completely when we are doing the painting. So now before going further, what I'm doing is that I am also taking my flowers and I'm doing the flowers here. I want to do my flowers in red color for my clips. So I'm doing the flowers in red color. You can do flowers in the colors of your choice depending upon the frock. So I'm doing the complete flower from the edges, the 3D flowers completely with the red color. Okay. I'll also do a little portion of the center also with red color so that the base of a thick color is available and then we can do a contrasting color once the red dries up. See, in the same manner, I'll do the other flower also. So now for the donut, what I'm doing is, to make a layer of cream on top of the donut, I'm using this light pinkish kind of a shape. This shade of light pink I'm doing to make it a look of a cream on top of the donut. So I'll just do this pink cream kind of a color I'll do on top of my donut, and I'll leave it to dry so that we can make sprinklers on top of it. You can give this cream color to be any color of your choice. It can be a light green, a light blue, or any other shade that you want on top of the donut. If you want to give it a chocolate feel, then you can also decide to go in for a dark brown here. So just to give it a feel, I'm just giving shades of pink and red here, okay, onto the top of the donuts. Now we are going to let it dry completely, and then we are going to make sprinklers on top. So now we are going to do the gingerbread man. Now to the gingerbread man, I am taking out my chalk paint, that is the black chalk color that I made at home. And I'm first going to do the eyes of the gingerbread man. To do the eyes, just do 2 thin drops through very thin dots here for the eyes of the gingerbread man. And we are going to do the buttons of the gingerbread man here, like the way I'm doing it. We are going to take a dash of red color, very little red color, to make the smile of the gingerbread man. Just make a similar smile of the gingerbread man. So make both your clips identical. So just to add a dash of color, I am just giving this yellow shade on the neck side of the gingerbread man, because otherwise it was looking a little dull. So just to give a dash of yellow, I am adding a little bit of yellow onto the gingerbread man. I am also adding a slight line on the base of the gingerbread. Okay, and I'm going to do it the same way for the other gingerbread man also, to make it identical. This way. You can add it to the hands also, like I'm doing, just to finish the look. You can even take any other contrasting color you want. So let this also go for drying. Now my yellow shade of the rainbow has dried completely. I am taking a green shade, and I'll be doing the third layer of the rainbow in green. Again, use a very thin tip brush so that it doesn't smudge the yellow and the red color inside, and give a dash of green on the outside. Now be careful to cover up the edges, because being a 3D figure, otherwise it won't give a very good look. You can also decide to do a combination of any other three colors for the rainbow if you want. So here I'm going to let the green color also dry up. Let it dry completely, and then we can decide if we want to do another coat of the color if it is not very sparkly and if it is not as we want. So here I will leave the rainbow also for drying up. Now for the elephant I am taking white color. Okay. First we'll make the eyes. Just do a white coat, an oval of white for the eyes. Okay. This way just make the two eyes of the elephant and do the inside part of the ear. That is, we are basically doing on the oval we had stuck on top of the ear. And I'm also doing it on the trunk, so you'll have to hold it and then just put these kind of lines on the trunk of the elephant. Now take a little bit of blue color, okay, and I'm going to do a shade in the eyebrows. We're going to make the eyebrows. I'm just doing an outline to the ears to just give a contrast between light and dark blue and give the ears a definite structure for the elephant. And I'm giving a shade in the inside part of the ear. Okay, just a little bit of shade because my white is a little wet. I'm just giving a dash of shade in the inside of the ears also. Just merge it with the white like I'm doing now. So here I'm outlining the whole face of the elephant. You can also do the same thing. You can outline the face of the elephant. I'm just adding a dot in between the white lines. You can do the way you want to design. You can add more blue to the face of the elephant. So now I'll have to wait for the white of the eye to dry up before we can finish the elephant. And I'm taking a triple zero and I'm doing the outline for the eye to make my eyes stand out. So in the same manner I'm going to do the other eye outlining also for the elephant. Just turn it around. Just do an outline. Okay, a very thin brush you need for that. A triple zero or a double zero is good. And you add the cute eyelashes for the elephant. So now the white has dried up and I'm going to take a little bit of black and I'm going to make the eyeballs. Just make tiny eyeballs for the elephant. So now you can see that my elephant is done. I'm just giving a dash of green, black here and there, and the elephant is ready to go. So to finish the flowers here, you can choose any color in the center, but I am choosing a yellow for the center part of the flower. I'll just cover it up with yellow and I'll leave it to dry. In the same manner, I'll do the other flower also. And I'll leave it to dry. So now we are going to finish all the donuts. So this you should do only when your pink has dried up. Okay, I'll take different shades here. So I'm taking a navy blue here, and I'll just make these sprinklers on top of the donuts. Okay, you can draw any random kind of dots if you want. I'm just drawing these tiny lines. You can draw it randomly anywhere you want on top of the donut. Wash your brush. Now we are going to put red on this. Again, this also I'm doing randomly. So you can draw your sprinklers in a very random manner on top of your donuts. They can be dots or lines. You can even use glitter colors to do this up. I'll also put few yellow color sprinklers on top of it. See. I'm just doing this to add more contrast and to match the kind of sprinklers on top of the donuts. So now donuts are also ready. So now all my paper clips have also dried up, completely ready. So we are going to now color them in pretty vibrant colors. So we are going to now color the sun. We'll use a thicker brush and we are going to take a vibrant yellow color here. And I'll do the base part of the sun in vibrant yellow color. You can also do a dash of yellow on the rays of the sun that we have made. Especially do the edges because it is a 3D figure, otherwise the edges will be visible in white and it won't look so nice. So you must have observed that I've done the paperclip on the back side also white. You can leave it white on the back side or you can do the similar color as we do on the top. Now what I'm doing is I'll also do the rays of the sun in yellow and I'm going to add a dash of red on top of it. So in case you don't have orange in your set of acrylic colors, you will know how we'll create orange using red and yellow today. If you have orange, you can directly do a coat of orange on your spikes. So now take red, just put a little bit of red and see when you are mixing your red and yellow here, you are getting different kind of shades of orange. If you have orange, you can directly apply orange onto these rays of the sun as well. So this way. Now we will leave yellow for drying. Now we are going to do the mushroom. For the mushroom, the base part I'll leave as white, but for the top part, take out a little bit of red. And with a thick brush, just apply a generous coat of red. Okay, be careful. Do it on the edges as well. So this is going to be a contrast mushroom in white and red color, and it's going to look really pretty when it becomes complete. So just do the edges, do the sides. You can also do the back part for the mushroom. Also the top part I'll also be doing red. This way, see. And now I'll let it dry. So now I'm doing the fish. You can choose any color of your choice. For here I'm choosing a bright color of green for the fish. I'm doing a flat color of green for my fish here. So in between I'll mix a little bit of white and other shades to give a more prettier shade of green to my fish. So here what I'm doing is that once I've done my flatter portion of green, I will mix a little bit of shade on top of this green here of yellow, and I'll apply a little bit of yellow to give it a little light greenish shade, and then merge it with the darker shade of green. So now my base coat for the fish is also done. And since my base coat for the fish is done, I am also going to leave it to dry. So now I'm going to do the owl. For the owl, I have chosen the color dark blue. Okay. So I will do a flat coat of dark blue on the entire body of the owl. Okay. I'll not cover the beak, just leave the beak, cover the owl from all sides, all the edges. Do a flat coat. Because see, in the owl we have given a very beautiful design. Okay, this design will come out, will stand out when we do a contrasting color on top of the blue. So we are going to give a shimmery kind of a look to the owl once this dark blue color is absolutely dried up. So do a thick coat of dark blue and leave it for it to dry. So now what I'm doing is I'll be doing the ice cream. In this, the lower portion, only the lower portion, the area below the line we had created, below that just color it up in black color, because that is going to give the look of the ice cream cup in the lower portion. Just do the black color. Okay. And it's going to be left for drying. So now comes the cap. Now to do the cap here, I want to do a purple here. Now you may not have purple in your set of colors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a drop of blue here. I'm taking a drop of navy blue, and I'll be taking a drop of red. Okay. So just mix equal quantities of white, blue and red here. So we are going to get this dark purple. So you can see I've got a dark purple. Now in this, add a dash of white. See, you have got this beautiful mauve color. Okay, once you've added a dash of white, you get this beautiful mauve color. Now if you have purple in your box, you can directly use purple. Here I didn't have purple, so I wanted to make and show purple. So I have done a coat of purple for my hat. So I'll be making it into a beautiful glittery cap once it dries up completely, once the purple is dried up. So you can give stars, you can give sprinklers, you can add glitter, whatever you want on top of this cap. So let the base coat dry completely. So now you can see that all of them have dried up completely. So first I will start with the mushroom. I'm taking white color 000 brush and I'll put thin dots in the red area. Just put the dots randomly to finish the look of the mushroom here. See, you can see that the thick coat of red has become so glossy. So just give a thick coat of acrylic color. It is going to become very, very glossy. Now we take red, okay, in the same 000 brush, and we are going to add dots in the white area. So it's going to be contrasting dots in the upper and the lower area like this. Yes. Now I'm going to do the sun. The yellow color should be dry completely. Okay. So for the eyes of the sun, I'm putting a white dot. Just put 2 white dots. So we are now going to make a small smile for the sun, and for the smile I'm taking red color like this. And I'm going to outline the rays. So just take a thin tip brush, take red color, no water, and just do the outline for the rays. So now I'm giving the eyebrows to the sun, and I'll have to wait for the eyelashes and the eyeballs. Now for the fish, I'm just doing a little bit of dotting using the white color. And now take yellow color and you can add these scales using the yellow color. So here and there I'm just adding the yellow scales for the fish. So now we'll do the cap. I'm taking white and I'm doing dotting here. You can do it with golden. You can use golden, silver, and shades of brighter colors and sparkly colors to make your cap more prettier and brighter and sparkly as well. Now I'll wash my brush and I'm going to take the golden color. Now if you don't have golden with you, you can mix your yellow with ochre color. Here I'm doing golden lining to add glitter. So you can use yellow and ochre color mixed up. If you don't have golden, that will also give a brighter look to your cap. This way. Now to do my owl also, I am just going to give a dash of golden on the ears. I am making the beak of the owl also using golden color. You can use yellow color, orange color, whatever you want. And now what to bring out the impression that we gave in the molded, what I'm doing is keep the brush dry, no water in the brush, just apply golden color like that. So there is going to be a tinge of blue and a tinge of golden, so it's going to give a glittery look to your owl. So we are going to now put two white dots for the eyes of the owl. Like that. Now that the owl has finished, we are going to start doing the ice cream. So take golden and I'm going to do this lining of golden on the base part, on the black portion. This is to create an effect that it is a kind of a cup for my ice cream. I'm using a thin tip brush. And I'm using the brush to create this cone kind of a structure on the lower part of the ice cream. Now what we are going to do is we are going to create a scoop. For that, just make a cherry kind of a thing on the top of the ice cream. And make three semicircles like I'm doing here. I'm making the first, the second, and I'm making the third. Now take a shade of white and merge it with the red lining. See, to create an effect like that. You can add a yellow to give three different shades or to give three different flavors of ice cream. So you can create a mango, strawberry or vanilla, whatever you want, three different scope shades of the color to create 3 different scoops of the ice cream here. So this way I'm going to just create 3 different shades of the color of the ice cream. For the top one I'm mixing white, red and goldenish. Okay. So in the same manner you can mix and make colors of your choice for the 3 shades of the or the 3 scoops of the ice cream. So my ice cream is kind of done, but I'm just going to take a little bit of black and just add it on top here. Now see, you can see that there is this white area on the corner part of the ice cream. So now I will finish my mushroom. For finishing the mushroom, I'm just going to do up the eyes quickly. Just take a drop of black and just make the 2 eyes of the mushroom. Now once you're happy with the shape of the mushroom eyes, I'm just going to add black eyes to all my figures here. A dot of black, and I'm just adding the eyes to the sun, and I'll add the dot to my owl also. This way. And now you can add it to your fish. Just add a dot of white inside your black and make a smile for the mushroom. Accessories, paper clips and everything have dried up completely. Now once the acrylic color is absolutely dry, put them onto a plastic sheet and we are going to put a coat of homemade Mod Podge that we've made in the first lesson. Take little quantity of homemade Mod Podge and put it generously on all of these. So this is going to secure your figurines. So these are going to not only keep the colors fast, but it is going to secure your figurines to last longer. So just put a coat of Mod Podge on the top. You can also put it on the back side once they have dried up completely. Okay, in case you haven't checked out how to make homemade Mod Podge, you can check out on the first video that we did where we learned how to do the fridge magnets. So you can make your homemade Mod Podge right at home, secure it in a container and use it for all these clay projects. Now you should do it not only on these small knickknacks, but you should also do it on the paper clips so that they are secured and more long lasting. So I'm securing all my paper clips, all my accessories, and I'll also do it onto my elephant now. I'll do it onto the elephant, which is the pencil holder. So now we will let it dry for about an hour. Okay, only then we are going to fix it. So now you can see that the Mod Podge has completely dried up. We now need to fix up our thin small accessories on top of these black clips. Now I am securing it and fixing it using Araldite. You can also use white glue. So I have mixed the two portions of Araldite on this plastic sheet and I'm applying a dot of Araldite here. Very little, because if Araldite is too much, it is going to be difficult. Just stick the donuts. I have stuck all the rest also using Araldite. You can also decide to use Fevibond, but sometimes Fevibond leaves a yellowish color on drying. So you can decide whether you want to go for an Araldite or you want to go for Fevibond or a thick coat of white glue. So this way. So this way all your clips, pencil holders, and as well as paper clips are ready. Is ready. You can fix up your pencil holder using a magnet. You can fix a magnet for the pencil holder also if you want, or you can make your pencil holder hold your pencil this way. So all these projects are done. I hope you liked our video. So I hope you liked all these things that we made. Do try your own and do share your lovely artworks with us as well. Do like our video and subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon so that you can be notified as soon as we put a new video. Thanks for watching and bye bye.